When are you gonna start talking again?
What's up, everybody? This is Fidel of Talking Again Podcast. We are here once again on another edition of The Tap. And in studio, I have Miss San Gabriel Valley Teen USA, Isabel Fulmer. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Welcome back.
Oh, yeah. I'm super great to be here, and I'm
Yeah.
super grateful to be here again.
It's, I haven't been recording too much, but it seems like you were just here, but it's almost been a year ago, right?
I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
A lot has happened.
Mm-hmm.
And that we're going to get into that right now.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you graduated, so congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Eighth grade. Goodbye, eighth grade. Hello, high school.
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah. So
How do you feel about that?
at first I was scared because I'm going to a new high school. Not many kids from my school are going to that high school. I only know two people. Two of my friends are going.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to like a regular high school, so it's a smaller high school. It's not like one of those fun high schools. There's not many sports, but I just decided that it would be a good opportunity for me because I can take my college courses, and I feel like that's just a better route for me and for myself. So, and then I was scared about leaving my friends because I was really comfortable here because I've known these kids for 8 years.
Yeah.
Most of them went to elementary school with me since first grade.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Now, without saying exactly what school you're going to go to, what kind of high school you're going to? Because you did say that it's different than your regular public high school.
Yeah.
So what kind of high school are you going to?
It's a high school where I can do dual enrollment with a college. So the college professors will come and teach me at the school. So then that's when I can get my college courses and graduate high school with an AA degree.
Wow. So you get all the credits, everything.
Yeah.
So then you're going to jump into the college that you go to like ahead of the schedule.
Yeah. So
you get to finish a little earlier, right?
I would get to go in as a junior.
Yeah. Wow. So pretty much at 18, right? You're going to be a junior. Dang. And then what's next after that? After high school, what's the plan? Because you have your high school, and we already know from the previous episode that you're all about financial literacy, right?
Yes.
So what's the goal?
So I think after high school, I want to get into real estate, get my real estate license. I want to, I really love real estate shows and watching them with my mom.
Yeah.
So I really like luxury real estate. So that might be a path for me to go down, but I want to do real estate and then eventually get my financial license so I can help people with their finances too.
Oh, cool. So like real estate and then also like a financial analysis, something like that?
Yeah. For real estate, I
Or
want
is
to maybe...
it analyst?
I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah. But for real estate, I think I want to open up my own brokerage.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. Be the youngest one in West Covina, huh? Why not? You did say when you approached me, you said, I want to put West Covina on the map. How important is West Covina to you?
Everything that I've done has been in West Covina, the San Gabriel Valley. I've been going to school in West Covina for 8 years now. And all my friends, all my activities, and I mainly represent West Covina because that's where I've grown up most of my life. And I just want to represent West Covina in a positive way and really just show how great of a community that West Covina is. So, yeah.
What are some of your special memories that you had in your childhood? Most specifically, like your middle school. Now that you're exiting.
Yeah, I think school is definitely one of them. Like going to school, it was a dual immersion school, so I remember coming in first grade, my mom put me into the dual immersion program, but I knew no Spanish at all.
Wow.
So my first day I came home crying because I was like, Mom, I have no idea what my teacher is saying.
Yeah.
But then I just kind of learned, and I feel like that was a really great learning opportunity for me. And it's like one of my core memories that I always remember. And even though I didn't like it at the moment, now I look back at it and it's one of my favorite memories.
Nice. Yeah. Are you pretty fluent with Spanish now?
I would say so. Yeah, definitely reading, writing, and then I can read it out loud, but sometimes having that conversational part, just like how I would right now in English, is hard for me because it's not my first language. And in school we wouldn't really talk in Spanish to each other. It was kind of just like, read, write,
So everybody knows, we're recording this June 10th. This won't be aired until a little later. So you guys, by the time they're watching this, your book would have already came out.
Yeah.
Your book is called My Abuela's Castle.
Yeah.
Is there any Spanish in that book?
There's a little bit of Spanish in the book, yeah.
So. Are you thinking of narrating this at all and making audio, or is that not even in the works right now?
Well, I have an ebook,
Mm-hmm.
so it'll be available as an online version, but maybe doing an audiobook would be really cool
That'd
because
be pretty cool.
I'm publishing my book in English and in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. And so what kind of help did you get with that? Did you have to hire a team, or is your team like in your house, like your parents?
My mom helped me
Yeah.
the most. She helped me with everything in
That's
the
cool.
publishing. Because who knew that publishing a book could be that difficult?
Is it?
It was a
No, it's
really
easier to write the book than to publish it,
Yeah.
right?
It was a really tedious process, and there's not. I mean, there is information online about it, but it's not as direct as having somebody help you
Of course.
that knows. So having people in the community that were able to help me was really helpful. Christina, she wrote her own few books, and she was able to really help me. She lives in SGV, so she was really able to help me because publishing on Amazon and Amazon KDP. I mean, it was a learning experience for me, definitely, because having to learn who know about book ISBN numbers, I had no idea, and all this different stuff that you need to do to publish a book. I mean, it's really cool because now I can help other people publish their own books.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You can do it in Spanish too, since you're bilingual now. No. Though the experience of writing the book in itself, is it a pretty lengthy book, or is it?
it's pretty short.
quick-
It's a kid's book.
Okay,
so
it's
yeah.
a kid's book. Okay. Well, how was your experience writing that book, and is there more books in the future for you?
I would definitely say there's more books to come in
Yeah.
the future, I would say, because I really liked the experience. And writing the book, this is a book really close to my heart, because when I was thinking about writing a book, I was like, maybe I'll write something about financial literacy and maybe like a how-to sort of like module book, like how to do credit and stuff like that. But then I was like, I feel like there's a lot of resources online already on how to do that, and I wanted something more personal and more lasting about me and my culture and something more like that. Yeah, so that's when I decided to write about my abuela, because she's been an inspiration for me for so long in everything that she's done in her life. She came here from Mexico when she was about 5 years old, and then what she's done, I've seen her create her own business. She owns multiple properties, and that's what I want to do when I'm older. I want to be like her. So then writing my book, that's why I dedicated my book to her, because I want other kids to be able to have an inspiration like that, because I'm lucky to have an inspiration in my life that's so close to me that I can learn from, and I want to show other kids that they can pursue their dreams, and they should pursue their dreams, and they can have somebody to look up to. Or even just writing the book about my grandma and being able to show different hardships that she's faced and how she was still able to be successful is one of the reasons why I wrote the book.
And it is cool because like the way you're doing it, I don't know if you put any thought to that, but it's kind of like the intro to, this could be a series of my abuela's castle books, right?
It could be, yeah.
Like you can actually talk about financial literacy eventually, and talk about, get more in depth of like how your grandma was so successful and all that. That's pretty cool. That's interesting. Oh, I look forward to getting the first one, but once we do, then all the other ones to come. So I know you have a big pageant coming up.
Yes.
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
June 22nd, something like that, right? You're gonna go for Miss California Teen USA.
Yes, I'm super excited. Yeah.
Not nervous, excited. That's good. I would be super nervous, imagine, but you're excited about it.
I'm excited. I'm a little bit nervous, but I feel like I'm more excited for the experience. I mean, it's gonna be a super great experience for me, and I've really been looking forward to it.
When you do, you've done already multiple pageants, right? What is more exciting for you? Is to prepare for it, the actual interviews and walking on stage? What's the more exciting part of it for you?
I think the most exciting part of it is actually the experience, because I mean, the whole part beforehand can get a little bit tedious, especially if you've been working for months and you kind of get tired, but you just have to keep pushing. And when the event is there, that's what you've been looking forward to the most. So I definitely like on stage. I mean, I like interview too, but it gives me the most stress.
Does?
It stresses me out the most.
No, don't say that, because I don't know if you guys heard back in the background, but there was a little birdie that was talking to me, and that little birdie dropped off a couple questions for me from the panel. So if you don't mind, I don't want to get you all stressed out, but I would like to, I don't really do this in the show, like read off my notes here, but I'd like to read off some of these questions. You think, kind of like a practice. You want to do that? You down for that? Okay.
Yeah.
And then and when you do this, kind of elaborate a little bit more on the answer.
Okay.
Like a story, because we are still storytelling here in the Talking Again podcast. So the first question, what is a personal experience that shaped who you are today?
So growing up in a predominantly Hispanic community and being a little bit different, I'm Mexican American, I'm mixed, and growing up in that environment, people would always be like, "You're not Mexican, Isabel. We don't believe you. Like, you look white, so you don't relate to us in any way." And then I was like, "Well, what do you mean? Like, I am Mexican. I have those same experiences. I speak Spanish, and I have that culture inside of me." And that's something that I think has impacted my life, because that's when I didn't want to embrace my Mexican part of my culture. And I was like, well, if people don't think that I'm Mexican, I'm just not going to embrace it. But then I learned to realize that is who I am. So I'm going to embrace my Mexican and my American side and embrace both 100%. So now I call myself a 200%er, because I'm on the corner of the street. I am from 2 flags, 2 cultures, 2 languages. So now I definitely have learned to embrace my culture and talk about it more. And I know other people have had the same experience, so that's what I want to be an advocate for as well, and be able to show people that they can.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me ask you real quick a follow-up question on that one. At what age did you realize, like, you know what, like, I am Mexican and I am going to embrace it? Because, I mean, you're young, you're 14 years old, and that's something that most people don't learn and figure out until they're out of high school, you know, when all that pressure, the peer pressure, right?
Yeah.
At what age did that, like, click in for you?
I think that clicked in more 5th, 6th grade for me, because one of my favorite artists was Becky G, and she still is one of my favorite artists. And that's when I was like, that is one of my favorite artists, and she's Mexican, and she has the same experience being Mexican American as well. And I find her as an inspiration in that way. So that's when I realized, hey, I'm not the only person that has dealt with this, and I'm not the only person that is mixed, and I want to embrace both sides. And I don't care what other people think or what they're going to say.
Yeah.
So that's when I just started embracing.
Nice. I like it. All right. Let's go with question number 2 here. How do you define success, and what steps are you taking to achieve it?
I define success as pursuing your goals and achieving your goals, because I like to call success like building your own empire, which goes with my book. I believe building your empire can mean so many different things to so many different people. It could be being a stay-at-home mom and being the best mom you can be, or creating your own business or your own successful business. And I think it is so special to have your own empire. And success doesn't need to be creating your own business or something like that. It could be whatever you want to achieve as a person, being the best person that you can be, like bettering yourself. I think that is so important. And for me, in success and trying to achieve success is through my platform, Empire Minds, and just advocating for financial literacy in schools in order to end generational poverty. I think is so important. And just working on my platform is helping me in the long run, because you know how I said I want to do real estate, get into financial services. So working on my platform right now is really helping me for my future as well.
Follow-up question, because you know how I love these. You being so young, have you had any challenges with that? Like, you know, trying to start any of these groups like Empire Minds or anything that has to do with financial literacy. Have you had any challenges, any hiccups?
I don't think so. I think like a lot of people have been really empowering and being able to help me with my platform.
Oh, that's good.
And just they've been really accepting of it, because they think it is a really good platform to have, because many people, especially like I remember during COVID, my parents had their financial service business, and that's when I would overhear all their Zoom calls, because it was during COVID, we're all at the house, and all their clients would say the same thing. I wish I learned this in school. And their clients come from many different backgrounds, social economics, and that's when I realized, hey, like, how come we don't learn this in school? I want to learn this. And then that's when I was just like, and
it just clicked.
It just clicked. So
nice. I like it. All right. So what about this one here? What initiatives would you prioritize as a title holder?
Of course, I would prioritize Empire Minds and advocating for financial literacy as a title holder. And as your next Miss California Sheen USA, I would want to promote that on a larger scale, going onto the news platforms and all the different social media platforms that you could have as a title holder, and a bigger outreach, and then going to nationals, being able to talk about my platform. So I definitely want to keep advocating for financial literacy. And one of the things that I'm doing right now, what I'm working on, is videos on YouTube and doing like little modules and talking about different topics like credit, investing, and just on a simpler scale, so it's easy to understand.
I was just gonna say, do you have to like I know you said you had a much nicer word when you said simpler, but I was gonna say dumb it down. Have you ever you did think of dumbing it down for the youth, and actually maybe some adults out there that need to get dumbed down for, because numbers aren't for everybody. So, but that's good. I like it. Okay, here's the last question.
Okay.
All right. What advice would you give to young women today?
I would say don't let your age define you. And that's one of the things that I've faced going into this pageant is many girls don't decide to compete until they're older because the age division goes from 14 to 19. And I'm on the lower scale. I'm 14. I recently turned 14 a few months ago. And many girls wait until they're 18, 19 to compete because they think they'll have better chances. But I wanted to show girls that you can compete at 14 and you could still do good. And I feel like that is so important to be able to show, and especially right now because the Miss USA system took off the age limit for the Miss category. So now you could be 19 and above. You could have kids. You could be
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think being an advocate for that and just showing that, hey, like, don't let your age stop you from pursuing your dreams. And I think that is so important.
It is a disadvantage, or is it not a disadvantage to compete at such an early age there?
I mean, people would think it's a disadvantage, but right now I'm just going to look at it as an advantage. And maybe not either of the two, but I'm just going to go in as a 14-year-old and compete. And I want to show other people that don't let age stop you from pursuing what you want to do. And also, if I do win the title, I'm going to be the first 14-year-old to win Miss California Teen USA in 30 years since 1991.
Really?
So, yeah. And then if I win that, then I go to nationals, and there's never been a 14-year-old girl to win nationals.
Has there been a 14-year-old? Well, there was a 14-year-old that competed, right, in nationals?
At nationals,
you said 31 years ago?
I think so. But at California, a 14-year-old won in 1991.
Wow.
So it's been a while, but I want to be able to show people that it can
and
be done
from West
again.
Covina. That's cool, yeah. So you're someone that's goal driven. You like to achieve them and tackle them. What's the next goal for you? There's 4 years, right? You're gonna have 4 years of. Well, I'm so no. Just take that back. 2 years of high school. What kind of goals do you have within those 2 years, other than just getting to the next step, which is college? As far as like what you want to do in financial literacy.
So after this pageant, I'm going to take a little break, focus on school and stuff. But I think continuing to work on my platform is one of the biggest things that I want to continue to do, because even after pageants, I still like working on my platform through the off year. And that's something I want to continue pursuing. And even when I do grow up and I focus on other things, I still want to advocate for financial literacy, because I feel like that is something that definitely needs to be implemented into our school systems, and maybe even one day making it a law that financial literacy does need to be in school systems. And I think that is so important, and that I just want to do.
How would you exactly push to make it a law? What would be your first step, you think? I've seen you at West Covina Council.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a start, right?
That's definitely a start.
At that avenue, right?
And
there.
maybe just working on my school district and getting that implemented in schools all around my district would be step number one. And then maybe taking that statewide. And I think that's one of the first steps, is starting in my community, for sure.
Okay. And, you seem like you're always busy doing things. You're running around. You're doing more than the average 14-year-old's doing. How do you take care of your mental health? This is June, right? We're celebrating mental awareness, right? How do you take care of yourself for that?
Yeah. So
do you give yourself time for just Isabel? Shut everything off a little bit?
Yeah, so one of my favorite things to do is definitely like self-care, like doing my nails, doing my makeup, just taking that time for me. And then my family, we're very outdoorsy, so some of the things I look forward to every couple of weeks is going on vacation. So we'll go like dirt bike riding. Nice. I love that. Snowboarding. And right now it's boating season. I'm so excited for summer. I get to wakeboard, go on the boat, hang out with family. And that's one of my ways to like de-stress and kind of just take the time to stop focusing on everything else and just focus on having fun and focusing on family.
Yeah. So, I like that. That's good. Before you leave here, we had a talk on the previous episode about Isabel Fulmer not just being Isabel, but just like a brand. have you researched branding and what it is and how to get started and what you would be doing to brand yourself?
Yeah, so I definitely had many branding meetings with special people. And one of the things that I'm working on my brand right now is my hashtag Bougie Bella on a budget and branding myself as that.
Did you say, wait, Bougie
Bella on a budget?
Bougie Bella on a budget.
Yeah,
Like
so it's going to be one of my nicknames on social media is to like thrift, and it's also working on like financial literacy, but also talking about the mental health aspect and the sustainability aspect is like thrifting, like Bougie Belle on a budget. Like whenever I make my videos, it's talking about thrifting, and thrifting is so fun, by the way, guys. It is super fun.
Oh, I know. I love it. Guilty pleasure, but I do like it too.
And it is super affordable. I went with my mom and I got like a ton of bags of clothes and it was only $40. I was like, oh my gosh, Mom. Yeah. Like this would have costed me like $200, $300 at Target. Yeah. So I was like, definitely something that I need to talk about on social media more. And then also makeup is one of my favorite things ever. So talking about affordable makeup products and makeup product options. So I'll do like Get Ready With Me, talking about affordable makeup options and dupes for higher end products. Yeah. So that's one of my things about my brand and just being the California girl. I've grown up here. Was born here in California, and especially like Southern California, so the beach and just having access to all the different places I like to go. Like the snow is 2 hours away, the desert's 2 hours away, I could go take the boat, that's 2 hours away. So I just have the full California girl experience.
Oh yeah, it's the best. I wouldn't trade it for anything other than that. I mean, this is it. Well, dang, I mean, what else can we talk about, right? I mean, you said so much. I think if we want to wrap this up, what would be your message out there to everybody?
I would say focus on your dreams. Don't forget to build your own empire, whatever that means for you. And don't care about what anybody says because you do you and you focus on your dreams and pursuing your dreams. So, yeah.
There you go. There you have it, you guys. This has been really great. This has been fun. Thank you very much, Isabel.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. Anytime. Talking Again podcast, you guys check this out. Next episode. We'll see you again soon.